In this video, we're going to have a look at how to add company and contact records to CRM, as there's a number of ways that we can do this. I'm in companies at the moment and I have two buttons, a blue one here and a larger orange one up the top. Clicking on either of these buttons is going to give me the full company form, so I can start filling in details and hit save and close once I'm done. If I move into the contacts area, it's the same. I've got a blue button here and the larger button up here. Either of these will give me the full contact form and I can start filling in details and hit the save and close button. So we can add companies and contacts into the system those ways. The other way that we can quickly add someone into the system is while we're doing a quote, an order, or an invoice. So what that means is the customer doesn't already need to exist in the system and we can add them quickly as we're going. So if I click on new quote here, what I've got is the contact that I can link it to and the company. So what I can do is click on here and scroll through the list to find somebody that already exists in the system. So I can do that for contacts and I can do that for companies. I can also start typing in here to search for somebody and I can see the results there for different Kierans. I can also search in here for a company and it will bring up results. By the same token, if somebody doesn't already exist, we can quickly create them. So if I want to create a new contact for Darth Vader, I can start typing that in and we can see there's no search results that match the criteria. So I can click here to add him as a new contact. So over on the side, you'll see I've got this little blue new notification. So that's telling me it's going to add it into CRM for me. When I chose that option, it's also given me some additional fields to work with, so that if I'm on the phone, I can quickly go and gather information. So I could grab first names, last names, mobile, email, and a quick position description. So CRM's then going to go and create a contact in the system in the background for me. What I can also do is create a company. So if I'm looking for Imperial Forces, they're not in there, but I can create a company here and you'll see the same thing. I've got the blue new indicator over on the side. I can then quickly go and add a phone number, fax, email, website, details for both a contact and a company, and CRM's going to create them for me. So what I can then come down and do is go and add items to my quote. So in this case, the Imperial Forces are interested in chocolate fudge brownies. So I'm going to go and add a couple of those to my quote and then hit save and close. So what CRM has just done for me in the background is, as well as creating a quote, it's gone and created a company record for Imperial Forces and a contact record for Darth Vader. So I can now access those relatively quickly by right-clicking and opening in a new tab, both of those. So we can see here, I've got my company for Imperial Forces and I've now got my contact for Darth Vader. So it's done all that so that I can do these on the fly. So if somebody calls and wants to put in an order or wants an invoice straight away to buy something when they're standing in front of you, that's a great way of getting somebody quickly into the system without having to go and create a full company or contact record. The other way that we can add them into the system is to add an opportunity. So if we come into opportunities, we have two different buttons again. We've got the blue button over here and the larger orange button here. Now in this case, both of these buttons will give me a different form. If I click on the full orange button, I get the full opportunity form with all of the details that I can fill in and then save and close. If I hit this blue button over here, I get a short form opportunity. So this is a great way of getting somebody into the system if you're on the phone with them, but don't necessarily want to fill in all of the fields. So I can quickly get required information here. So in this case, I'm looking for a company called Rebel Alliance and they don't exist. So I can do exactly the same thing and go and add in a company and a contact on the fly. So I've got no contact there for Luke Skywalker. CRM is going to add both of these in for me and say, new opportunity for sales, pop that into the system. Maybe it's got a value of $1,000. It's an inquiry. We've got 50% probability that they're going to proceed, and I'm going to assign that to myself. So once I click on save, what that's done is created a new opportunity for me, but the same way as we saw with the quote before, it's also created a company record for the Rebel Alliance and added that into CRM for me. And if I come over here, it's also created a contact for me for Luke Skywalker and added that into the system for me. So I can quickly add in companies or contacts on the fly when I'm working with opportunities, quotes, orders, or invoices. The other way to create companies and contacts in the system is to use something called a web form. So we've got a separate video on how to go and set up your web forms, but what this basically means is you can create a form inside of CRM, copy the code over so that you can add that form to your website. When a customer completes the form or a lead completes that form, they can come straight into CRM and create either a new company or a contact, or both if you'd like, a new opportunity or a number of other records in the system. So in that way, no one has to do any manual data entry and the information just comes straight into CRM. So as you can see, there's a number of different ways to add customers into the system when we're working with sales or quickly add a new lead into CRM.